Hi everybody, Elaine here. It's Christmas time. In our house, Christmas is not complete unless we have some panettone. So today I am going to show you how to make panettone. The first step is we have to get our starter ready for our panettone. And in this bowl here, I have a 1/4 cup of milk and a 1/4 cup of water, and it's pretty warm. It's about 110 degrees. So from there, we're going to sprinkle the yeast on top. And that was 2 teaspoons and a half of yeast. So now we just wait for a couple of minutes till the yeast starts to activate before we continue to our next step. But I have to tell you about panettone. It is a long process. You can't cut corners. You have to do it slowly and patiently and with lots of love. And I promise you, if you follow the steps I give you today, you'll make the most beautiful panettone ever. But you do have to be patient. Like from this start to the finish, it's a good 24 hours, believe it or not. But I'll show you step by step. So you can already see here that the yeast is starting to activate down there. We're just going to give it another minute just to make sure that we do it properly. Again, it's all patience here. So in here, what we're going to do is put in 3 tablespoons of flour and 1 tablespoon of sugar. So we're going to put that in, and we're going to whisk it all together. And I know a lot of you, all of you have been doing your sourdough recipes lately and perfecting this. So this is sort of the same thing. We have to get our starter ready. So what we're going to do now is cover this, and we wait half an hour. So I'll be back in half an hour. Okay, so it's been about half an hour, and check this out. Looking really good. And in here I have 3 cups of sifted all-purpose flour. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to give it a little bit of a stir to put the salt in all together. And now we're going to add our starter. I'm just going to do it this way so I don't make a big mess. We're going to add that all in. So far it's looking great. My sister got me this a little while ago. It's the best little thing. You can get all the ends of your mustard and peanut butter and stuff out. Anyway, so here we go. And a lot of these recipes show you put all your liquids together and then you dump it in. I think it's better if you do things a little bit at a time. So what we're going to do now is put our liquids in. And for anybody that knows me, knows that I don't like raisins and dried fruits. Just don't like them. So instead of those, I'm going to put extra orange juice, lemon juice, along with a 1/4 cup of dark rum. So altogether, that's a 1/2 cup of liquids. It's not that much. So now I have 3 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk, and I would like to put 1 at a time in. So that's 1 egg. And incorporate them all in slowly. So altogether, this is going to be mixing for about 20 minutes. Again, it's a labor of love. So now, once these things all incorporate together, I'm going to put in a 1/2 cup of sugar, I have here the zest of 3 lemons and 1 orange. Again, because I don't like the raisins, I'm doing more of a lemon flavoring in there. So that all goes in. And lastly, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Here we have butter. Yay, butter. We're gonna add in the butter. Okay, so we've been mixing for I think a good 10 minutes. It's still gonna be sticky, but that's okay. And here's a good test to make sure that your dough is ready for the next step. If you flour your hands a little bit and you take the dough and you just sort of flatten it out, and when you stretch it out, it becomes translucent, like you could almost see through that. See? That means it's ready to go. So we could go to the next step. And it is sticky, so don't worry about it. Okay, so now we've turned the dough onto my board. I've lightly floured it. And again, it's going to be sticky, but that's okay. And we're just going to do a little bit of kneading. Don't have to do too much. Just like that, just to make it into a nice ball. And here in my bowl, I've put some olive oil down. I greased it some. So now we're going to put it in there. We're going to cover it with cellophane. And I'll be back in 4 hours, that is, maybe more, until it's tripled its size. It's been covered with cellophane and some warm cloths in a draft-free area for almost 5 hours now. So let's see what it looks like. I haven't looked, haven't peeked. Okay, it looks really nice. But what we're going to do now is we're going to bring it out. Oops, there we go. It's beautiful, you guys. It's gorgeous. Look at that. It's a work of art. So now you don't have to do much to it. It's done, but we still have to raise it one more time. So what you want to do is just gently knead it a few times. You don't have to do much. But if you want to do your raisins, this is when you do it. And then you just fold them all in. But you know how I feel about raisins. So there you go. It's gorgeous. So here we have a panettone mold. If you don't have that, you can use a 6-inch, oh my God, cheesecake mold. So now I'm going to place it into the oven. The oven is not on, it's a cold oven, but it's a nice draft-free area to just store it for now. And it's going to raise one more time. So now, we'll just forget about it till the morning. And in the morning, I will show you the last steps before we bake it. So see you tomorrow morning. Buonanotte. So I have taken my panettone out of the oven. It was in there all night long, not on, just sitting there waiting for us. And it has tripled in size. It's beautiful. I preheated the oven now to 350 degrees. And now the next step. So very carefully, take a sharp knife, look at this knife, and cut across. And now we're going to brush it with an egg wash. So now we're putting the egg wash on, and we're going to put it into 350 degrees Fahrenheit, as I said before, for 45 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. Anyway, so now we've done that, and I'm going to cut a little bit more over here. Just be more uniform. Now we're going to stick in some butter into the little crosses there, and that's pretty much it. So into the oven it goes, and we'll see what it looks like in 45 minutes. Here it goes. And one more thing, once it starts baking, the top will get brown faster than the rest of it being ready. So like your turkey, put on a little aluminum tent on top just to keep it from browning too much. So I'll see you in 45. Bye. So it's been in the oven for over 45 minutes. It was a bigger thing, but it's turned out nice. My one comment is that I put the tin foil on a little too late, because see, now it's quite dark, but that's okay. It's still going to be delicious. But guess what? It's not ready to eat yet. Now, to finish it off, we're going to get 2 skewers, and we're going to, I'll show you what we're doing, go right through the bottom. So now we're going to suspend it upside down into a pot or whatever. You could have anything just so that it's hanging upside down. And we're going to leave it there for a good, if you want overnight, but at least 8 hours. From our house to your house, I wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas. Buon Natale. Love you all. See you next time. Bye.